A lot of people ask me, yeah, I'm David Cohen, forgot. A lot of people ask me when and or if I get to see, hold, test, use a little bit which camera. It is the Leica M EV1. It is an amazingly beautiful camera. The people from Digital Store Vienna, and I want to thank them here once again, made it possible that I can test this camera. As I said, it's not a classic review, it is how I feel about it, my experience, my emotions, my experience. You see, now look, this is nothing short of a little wonderwork. It is, I'll show you quickly the bottom. It is the Summilux 1 to 1.4. Now, one of the first things that I felt is it looks like the Q series, especially the 28 millimeters, but it feels a little bit different. And contrary to the Q series, this here is matte. Not that the other one is shiny, but it is more shiny. But this is totally matte. It is like stealth mode. Now look here at, for example. The camera is smaller than the Q. This thumb rest is extremely brilliant. You wouldn't believe it, that this small thing actually makes it possible to hold the camera one-handed.
Let's see the thumb rest once more, but properly.
Another thing, the viewfinder here is Q. This is the bottom plate, and as you see, it is a big battery. This camera has internal storage. The mechanism is the same. You have a USB-C connector here. I wish the Q had it there too. It has internal storage plus a card slot, which is, I forgot to show you, here. Yeah? The lens is amazing. This is a wonderful camera to hold. Now, don't forget, this is for me a very special moment. It is the first time I hold and use a rangefinder, an M series camera. It's not really a rangefinder anymore, and I will talk about this later. It's the first time since M3, when I was a child, for the next few years, that I used my father's M3. And now I'm holding the latest model and a very bold and daring experiment. I wouldn't call it an experiment, it's evolution. It makes absolutely sense to have an M series camera with an electronic viewfinder. Turning on the camera is as you're used to it. You have the menu button here. You know, the menu. And you see here the 773, 54.4 out of 60, 64 gigabyte internal storage. That's massive. I have changed a few settings already, and I'm going to make a few photos. Don't expect many photos. Don't expect spectacular photos. As I said, this is not going to be, as nothing is going to be, a real conventional camera review. It is my experience, my take on it. And already now, I wish this camera had IBIS. This lens is amazing. Looking through the viewfinder is very, very beautiful. Very beautiful viewfinder. We have this lens cap. We have this, what you are used to from Leica, the designation of the model, the serial number. And, as I said, an amazing experience. Made in Germany, handmade, and every cent worth the money. I will no longer discuss with people who think or say or want to discuss with me about the price of Leica. It is like talking to blind people, originally blind people, about the difference between light and dark blue. It's pointless. They have never seen blue. So how do you explain light and dark? You rarely see me consuming something, but such moments are a beautiful part, a very beautiful part of my job. And first of all, I want to thank Yasmina, who does the filming, who is sitting there in a very awkward position to have me to make the filming. Without Yasmina, I couldn't do that. I couldn't do it at all, because a lot of people film themselves. I'm absolutely an idiot on this. And I wouldn't be capable of doing anything. And I thank Digital Store, who gave me this camera. It comes without conditions. I have no obligation to say anything, whatever, about Digital Store or about Leica. I can say and do and film what I want. But let me add something personal. And I thank Leica for still being around, for producing such marvels. The guys at Digital Store are among the most amazing people I have ever met when it comes to expertise, to friendliness. I have the feeling every single time I come there, I'm touching base. There is no other place where I can talk about photography so much. And you never get pressured to buy something, quite to the contrary. So far, I was even told, take better this than that. And this is so rare. And I'm so grateful to have this opportunity. Let's talk a little bit more a little bit later. I just took 2 portrait shots of Yasmina. Manual focusing is something I haven't done since the early 90s when Nikon came out with their first autofocus lenses. And it also reminds me of the problems people like me with sight impairments, visual problems. I rely heavily on autofocus and on IBIS because of my health and physical condition. This button here activates a focus assistance, which is amazing. It was a very quick and beautiful walk down memory lane, focusing manually. And in a way, it is something I sometimes miss when I want to make a difference in sharpness between how you hold now the camera and I want to focus on the camera or on the face. This is something you can do here expertly. For my job, model photography, boudoir photography, it would still be a major issue. I would have to change a lot. I would have to spend more time with each shooting because, as I said, I rely heavily on autofocus. Another issue is the diopter. My sight problem can no longer be really corrected with this. It is something I have to do, by approximation. By doing, guesswork. Let's call it that way. Overall, this is an amazing experience, and I'm curious to see and hear your reaction to the photos I just took. See you. Working with this camera, having the opportunity to test it, was amazing. It reminded me in so many ways of the M3 I started photography with. But at the same time, it showed me the long way I have come, autofocus, IBIS, and all of this. It is a beautiful camera, but I wouldn't like to trade it in for my Q3 43. There is too much I benefit from. This is very puristic, but I couldn't do, and I wouldn't want to. Of course I could do, but I wouldn't want to make professional photography with this. It is much more treading a very, very thin line where failure and success are very close to each other.